This week's Parsha is Parshas Terumah, and this week's video is sponsored Le'il Nishmas Reb Avram Yaakov ben Rebaran. As Klal Yisrael were commanded to build the Mishkan, they were told to bring a nediva slave, a gift from their heart for anything that they wanted to give toward the Mishkan, whether it be gold, silver, copper, etc. And the question is, in next week's Parsha, Parshas Tetzaveh, they were commanded to bring the oil needed for the Ner Tamid. The Ata Tetzaveh, it was a tzivah, it was a commandment, as opposed to this week's Parsha, where it was just a nediv leiv. Whatever you wanted to give, you could give. But there was no commandment to give a specific amount. And the question is, what's the difference between this week's Parsha and next week's Parsha? So the Bali Musar say that everything in this week's Parsha, you could get a plaque for. You could get your name on it. Gold, silver, copper, these are expensive items. And they're used to build the Aron, the Shulchan, the Mizbeach, all these things were able to get a plaque and get your name on it. When you want to have a building with your name on it, everyone's willing to give more for it. However, when you're asked to give something that's of a lesser amount, think of a shul. When someone is asked to donate the toilet paper, nobody wants to give. Or the electricity, or the utility bill, or the coffee room, because that gets used up. But something that stays there, l'olam vod, that's everlasting, like the Aron, the Bima, the Rabbi Shtender, the Amud, bookcases, that you get your name on it, so that everyone's willing to pay for it. So the Bali Musar say that is why it's a nediv leiv. You could give whatever you want, because some people want to give less, give less. You want to give more, it's all up to you. But the oil for the Ner Tamid, nobody's going to give it otherwise. It gets used up in a week and nobody's going to want to give it, so it had to be a commandment. There's a Yid in Englewood, New Jersey, that told Rav Nosson Tzvi Finkel Zatzal that the entire electricity bill for the Mir Yerushalayim should come to him. The Mir is a small city in itself, and the electricity bill alone could be thousands and thousands of dollars every month. This Yid is on a darga of his own, because he understands that giving is not just about giving for the sake of pride and fame. It's about giving for the sake of Hashem, for Lishma. Which brings us to answer a Rashi in this week's Parsha. The first Rashi, the first words say, V'yikchu li Terumah. You should take for me Terumah. What does it mean, take for me? So Rashi explains, Li is Lishmi, for my name. When Hashem says, take for me, it means take for my name. Which should mean Lishma, that it should be for the sake of Hashem. Why in Parshas Terumah specifically does it say that everything has to be Lishma? Every mitzvah should be Lishma. Why specifically in Parshas Terumah does it have to state that the giving of gold, silver, copper, etc. should be Lishma? Say the Bali Musar. Because as we just finished saying, that many people are only giving it because they could get a plaque with their name on it. It's a chush of a thing. So that's why they're giving it. But Hashem wants, even so, that you should give it Lishma, that you should give it for the sake of heaven and not for the sake of your own ego. And in fact, I organize svarim for a living for shuls, yeshivas, private homes. And how many shuls constantly tell me that the svarim are donated, but for the organizing of the svarim or the binding of the svarim, that people don't want to donate. Because in each sefer they could put a sticker with the person's name on it, and that's why people want to donate it. We should be zeicha to always give and give and give and be able to give. But we should try to give for the proper reasons with the proper intentions. Have a beautiful Shabbos.